Hey guys, I'm Rachel from Queen Vacuum and Auto Care, and I just wanted to show you an example of a time when I like using a dry rug shampoo cleaning product instead of extracting in order to clean upholstery in the car. Here is you see me cleaning before using the extractor to help remove a really bad deep coffee spill stain that was on the seat. But what do we do when we get to areas like this? It's different fabric, it's just difficult. This edge is kind of pointy, and the extractor, the head, it doesn't really mold around this. We've got plastic here. Like, how do we get in and clean that? And there are some places, like say up here, up on the headrest region, which really aren't bad in staining, but just maybe a little bit dingy. Well, how do we clean that? Well, my favorite way to do it is to use this product I've talked about before. This happens to be by Kirby, and it is a carpet shampoo. And it's not dry, but it's a low moisture way to clean upholsteries and carpets. And you basically dilute it, and you're supposed to take like a scrubbing action and really just work up a nice lather with that product. And then that action helps remove and loosen dirt that gets bound up in upholstery and in carpet fibers, and it brings it up to the surface. Then you let it dry. Okay, so that foam will dry, and then what's left on the surface is just kind of like, it's imperceptible, but it's kind of like a crystalline product with all that trapped and encapsulated dirt. So in this case, I don't want to go through the trouble of extracting and not doing a very good job and getting it like half wet and half not, and then having to wait forever for it to dry. So what I like to do is take my shampoo, I have it nicely diluted in just a regular spray bottle, and I will just go ahead and just moisten all this fabric here. You want to have a scrub brush or a toothbrush or something on hand that you can agitate, okay, and scrub that fabric. Make sure that you get it all nice and even. I don't like leaving parts undone, because then you get like weird lines. So we're going to scrub, okay? Do your best, you don't gotta go crazy. But then the real important part, and this is the secret. Secret is to use a damp microfiber cloth, a nice good one. And the reason is because I'm not using an extractor in this case to remove what dirt I have just loosened, okay? And I do want this to dry even faster, and I want to minimize the chance of developing water lines. So using the damp rag, it is wet, so that we do add a little bit of water so we can make sure we spread the product around. But we are scrubbing at the same time, pulling up some of the dirt, loosening it, and at the same time I'm also kind of squishing out the extra water, but we're blurring out any lines. We are gently moistening, but yet kind of drying at the same time. I can also get into really tight nooks and crannies, okay? But this scrubbing action really is cleaning. And if you don't believe me, when I take this and I throw it in the sink and give it a rinse, holy smokes, wait till you see the water that comes out of it. So same thing with up here. Just make sure you massage it nicely. If you have any particular spots, be sure to, again, hit them with your spray. Make sure you scrub. See if anything deep comes up. Okay, you might have to hit it a couple times. And of course, just go back and blur out all those lines and get up as much soiling as you can. Again, this works so nicely for mildly soiled areas that just kind of need a little freshening. So once that is completed, you want to let that dry 100%, and then do one final pass with your vacuum cleaner with some kind of like upholstery attachment on it, okay? And then that's going to just kind of broom and rake the fabric one last time and massage out any of those dried particles and remove as much possible residue as possible. I use this same product in treating the rest of the seat where I did do the deep extraction. I just used fresh water using basically the same technique to wet, then scrub in this stuff, and I did extract it. You can kind of suck up whatever you want. But the reason I do that is because whatever may be left over as it finally dries, that little bit of powdered residue and encapsulated dirt, again, I will vacuum this as my very, very, very final touch. So we are about 95% done. Just gonna wait for her to dry, do my vacuuming, and then that seat is gonna go back into the car for John's cool project. So thank you for watching, guys. I hope that was really helpful, and I hope you'll stick around for the next round of tips.